first picture on India Today of that Pakistani terrorist Tahawwur Hussain Rana in the custody of the National Investigation Agency. In that picture you see, of course, just give us a moment as we rotate it. This picture has just come in. It has just come into India Today, and we wanted you to see it first. We want our viewers to be first to see news as it happens. This Pakistani terrorist Tahawwur Hussain Rana with a Canadian passport, he used that Canadian passport to breeze in and out of India, to open a company in India, a branch of a company. He opened the office in Chicago, and I visited that office in Chicago. I've reported from that office. This is that first picture that you see of Tahawwur Hussain Rana, and in just a moment we'll see his face. These are NIA officers who are holding him physically now as they take him for a medical examination and then subsequently to take him to court. And Sushant Sareen, there are many gaps that will be filled. The point that Dr. Vikram Singh was raising about that bogey of Hindu terror, Rana and Headley knew India well, and they knew how India could be gamed. Use Pakistani terrorists and blame it on India and blame it as Hindu terror. Sushant Sareen.
You know, Gaurav, I think we need to start asking the question, were they gamed or were they told that this is how this will play out? That there will be a certain lobby in India that will use these particular symbols and try and change the narrative. And subsequently also, as Dr. Singh very correctly puts it, even much later, there were people who were trying to spread this canard and trying to construct all kinds of conspiracy theories. And you know, it was so mindless, but they continued to insist on it. Their hatred and their dislike for a particular ideology or for a particular party was far more than whatever love they had for their country, if at all they had any love. So it is very clear where these guys were coming from. And Gaurav, what is even worse is that 26/11 wasn't the first time this happened. This has happened in the past as well, from the 1993 bomb blast in Mumbai, in which hundreds of people were killed. You go out
257, sir.
Subsequent events. Again, you know, you try and deflect the Samjhauta Express. You try and deflect a particular investigation. You try and sow doubts. You change the complete direction of an investigation and try and absolve the guys who actually did what they did, even though the UN had actually identified the mastermind of the Samjhauta Express incident. There were people in India, including in the government. Now, when a government of the day, for settling political scores, starts derailing investigations and taking them to another side simply because of political reasons, then I think serious questions need to be asked: who they were batting for, what they were trying to play at. And I think this is something, it's deeply unfortunate that this kind of a thing would happen, because terrorism is terrorism, right? Everybody keeps saying, if it is terrorism, then how come you try and create that in 1993, there was an additional bomb blast which took place in a Muslim area to try and show that this was a secular act of terrorism. That we have journalists who insist that Dawood Ibrahim is a very secular guy. Tiger Memon was a very secular guy until he turned a fanatic, right? We have people making those cases. So, you know, if you have a country like this, you have a fifth column in a country like this, it becomes so much easier for terrorists to carry out their dastardly plans. And then, of course, you make a show and dance about that, yes, we will take action. But what action did you take that when you were advised that this is Pakistan? The initial reaction from the government of India at that point of time was, we suspect non-state actors. Why did you suspect non-state actors? Could a non-state actor carry out as monumental an attack as this without the complicity and the connivance of the state in Pakistan? It is inconceivable for something like that to happen. That was one. So you tried to, you know, absolve the Pakistani state. You did that. Then what did you do? That you were told that let's go and attack Pakistan and teach them a lesson. What did you do? You asked a visiting delegation of Americans for permission. Can I do this? Do you ask another country for permission to take your revenge? Do you do this? Does any government do something like this? So, we've had this kind of a namby-pamby culture in this country, which is why everybody thinks that this is a country you can just kick it and, get away with it. Look at the bloody Pakistanis today, yeah. They're so shameless, these wretches. But we have nothing to do with this guy. He's a Canadian citizen. Arey Baba, your guys were involved in the plot. Your guys were in communication with this guy. Your guys were telling him what to do and what not to do. He was hatching and arranging the logistics because of your guys telling him this, and you very simply and very blithely you say we have nothing to do with this. They're so shameless, these wretches. And you will have people in India say, but we cannot be always on the tenterhooks with the Pakistanis. We have to make up with them, so let us start with playing cricket with them. Let their actors come out here, we will go down. So if the
Okay.
moment you do something like this, the other guy thinks you're a pushover. You know what the
And they
Pakistanis
thought
say
we are
about India?
pushovers. They thought we are pushovers, that we'll only talk about our par ki ladai till
Hold
the
on, let me
time
say
a
this.
Balakot
I'll tell you
happened
what
and a
the
surgical
Pakistanis say
strike
about.
happened. Then they knew that their BAP is here and this is not going to happen.